Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some tactical analysis over on the Bitcoin charts as we take a look at Bitcoin's next probable move, whether it be bearish or bullish. So let's get to it. Now, before we jump over to the charts, we will start over here looking at the open interest by strike price for Bitcoin options over on Deribit, and we're looking at the September 1st close, which would be this Friday, or essentially the end of the month or the start of the new month. And that max pain price is the level I'm actually interested in, and that max pain strike price is coming in at 27,000. Now, if you're not familiar with what the max pain price is, the max pain price, it represents the strike price where most of the options would expire worthless. And in this case, that is coming in right now at 27,000. If Bitcoin's price were to close at $27,000, then all your calls or your long positions would close worthless above 27,000. And then on the flip side, all of the puts or the shorts that are down here below that 27 max pain strike price would also close worthless. So with that being said, obviously your bears would like to see the price get perhaps down below 25,000 strike price, which would then at least capture a little bit of profit on these options. And of course, on the flip side, the bulls would certainly like to see the price close above 27,000. More than likely above 27.5. However, there would still be a lot of bullish options closing worthless, even at slightly above 27.5. Or perhaps the bulls could go on a run this week and get the price above 28,000. That would at least have some of these options closing in profit. Now, with that all in mind, we will jump over to the charts, and the first chart we will pull up will be Bitcoin CME futures on the daily candles, and you can see we have a gap over here on the chart. And the reason we take a look at these gaps is it's not uncommon for these gaps to get filled. And so I will definitely be keeping an eye on this gap. And in order for this gap to actually get filled, we're looking at around the 28,000 level. Technically, I think we're looking at around 27,850 for this gap to truly get closed as far as I'm concerned. I look at the close of the candle. I would want to see a close at or above the bottom of this candle. And so to me, a gap fill would look like something around 27.9, maybe 28,000 or above. That would fill this gap. But there's going to be a lot of resistance before the bulls can actually get the price up there. I mean, just eyeballing this real quick, 26.5 is probably going to be a level of resistance, which is a great deal away from 28,000. But before we get into the weeds with some real tactical analysis and some actual targets, I want to take a look at the weekly chart, because it is important to note over here that Bitcoin's price has closed for the second week in a row below the EMA ribbon. And when Bitcoin's price closes below the EMA ribbon, that is typically bearish, and the longer it is held under that ribbon, and that ribbon acts as resistance like it does back up in here, then this is truly a bearish signal, and you can start to see the reds moving up and the greens moving down. If this ribbon flips, the bears will be in complete control of the battlefield, at least over here on the weekly chart. So with that in mind, if we jump over here to the daily candles for Bitcoin, we can all see this big sell-off, and now Bitcoin's price is moving sideways, and Bitcoin's price appears to me to be setting up a bear pennant, which would be a bearish signal. So if we drop in our drawings, you can see perhaps a bear pennant, and if we put in the pull here, this would act as our target. So if Bitcoin's price were to break down, let's say, then we might be looking at a price target towards the downside, somewhere around 21,700. Now on the flip side, if the bulls can actually break this price out towards the top side, then the target would be coming in up here around prior resistance around the 30,000 level. But the bulls would have more work cut out for them in the way of resistance, and as we saw with the weekly chart and this current pattern, this is a bearish pattern. The weekly chart was bearish. In reality, the bears are currently in control of the battlefield. So with that being said, let's take a look at some targets for support and resistance, and we can do that by dropping in the Recon Auto Fib Retracement Indicator, and that will drop in some levels we can take a look at for support or resistance. And the first level that pops out to me is going to be the 786 level, or around 26,300, and you can see right now Bitcoin's price is running into resistance pretty much at that level, other than maybe one day spent above, but the next day quickly retreating back below that 786 level. There are several wicks into this level and rejections where Bitcoin is running into resistance at that 786 level, or around 26.3. Now again, just eyeballing it, it looks like Bitcoin is actually kind of stuck between, say, 26,000 and 26.5. That would be a zone where this Bitcoin price to me appears to be kind of stuck and trading sideways in, other than a few wicks down, below, or maybe above that zone. So the first level the bulls would need to push the price above is going to be 786 or 26.3, maybe 26.5. If the bulls can push the price up above 26.5, their next target would be up here at the 618 level, or around 27.5. That would be another level of resistance. After that, then they could have their sights set on the 50% level, which would be coming in around 28.3, or more than likely all the way back up here at the 382 level, which is coming in at 29,128, call it 29,000. We saw that level be a strong level of support in the past. However, a lot of times those prior levels of support or resistance flip into the opposite of what they were. And so the bulls more than likely would run into a very strong level of resistance at 29,000. Now on the flip side, the bears really have an easier battle ahead of them if they want to push this price down. Really, the first level of resistance on the way down, or support for the bulls, would be 24.8, or this 25,000 area, which again, if we jump back over here to the open interest on the options, the bears certainly would like to see that price below the 25,000 strike price in order to lock in some profit on these options. After 24.8, the next level is all the way down here at the 1272, and that's coming in right around 23,000. Now, our target for a breakout of this actual pattern here would be actually all the way down here around 21.5. And if the bears keep the momentum rolling down to this level, really it could be open air all the way down to the 1618 level, which would put Bitcoin's price at 20,500. And so for the bears, their first objective is obviously to break this price down out below this lower trend line, and really to get the price below 25,000. After that, they're looking at 23,000, then 21.5, and then all the way down back to 20,500. On the flip side, the bulls obviously need to get the price back above, more than likely 26.5. Then they have their sights set on 27.5. Probably 28.5, and then 29,000. So I think that's enough jaw-jacking for this video. If anything happens major over here on the charts, I will do an update video. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you liked the video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.